Welcome to Me and You Outside. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, I'm in the great state of Missouri where I live. I am in my house on the river. Now, most of you know I have been and I went to Alaska, did some videos up there. Still a couple more to go about that. But when I was up there in Alaska, I was staying at some people's houses that were really great people. They were a fantastic host, Daryl and Jenny Jaxson, and I just thank them so much for taking care of me those days. I was up there actually speaking at a men's retreat, and then I preached in their church on a Sunday morning. But outside of that, they would take me places to see different things in Alaska that I never could see here in the state of Missouri, so I was able to do that. Now, while I was up there, Daryl was able to acquire some meat that is the strangest meat that I here in Missouri, and you, wherever you're at in the lower 48, more than likely have never, ever had a chance to eat. Now, maybe out of all you watch this, maybe 1% of you have ever tried this. Maybe not even, maybe 0.5%. But I'm here with my grandson and granddaughter, Brynlee, Jaxson, and Brynlee and Jaxson. Jaxson, my grandson, Brynlee, my granddaughter. And we're going to eat this meat that I brought from Alaska, and it's bowhead whale meat. Right here, folks. It's actually called muktuk. And muktuk just means skin and blubber, okay? Skin and blubber. Now, this is a whale. Now, a bowhead whale is a rather large whale. They can get up to 60 feet long. They can live 150 years. They can bust with their head, and they're known for this, up to 3 feet of ice. And they're a very powerful whale. Now, the natives up there in Alaska are allowed to hunt the bowhead whale. And they can have a quota. They can kill, if I read that right, they can kill up to 60 whales a year because there's plenty of them. And there's no danger of this whale going extinct the way they hunt them. Now you and I can't hunt them down here in the lower 48. Nobody can't touch them with a 10-foot pole. But the native Alaskans can hunt these bowhead whale. So I'm going to take a break right here. I'm going to show you this a video of Daryl, the guy I stayed with up there, him and his wife, explaining to you how he come up with this whale meat, and it's kind of interesting.
So I'm a pharmacist at the Alaska Native Medical Center on campus there. I work for South Central Foundation as a pharmacist, and just through some connections there, I was able to essentially get some muktuk to try for us, so the whale blubber, and along with some pickled herring. So we'll see how this goes.
And that's how we come up with it. Now, as I'm talking here, I'm going to show you some more video from up there when I sit around the table with them and this big old chunk of this muktuk. And they sent me home with some pieces of it, and I just had them. I didn't want to bring home a big old chunk of this. I didn't need to. And so they gave me these 4 pretty good sized pieces of this muktuk right here. But what she would do, she would slice it off this big old square piece that they had, as you're watching, see there. And she would slice it real thin. That's the best way to eat it. You put a big old chunk of that in your mouth, you'd be chewing on it for a month. That's just the way this stuff is. Now, the blubber itself is not really tough, but it's that skin right there is just almost like eating a piece of rubber. But so Brynlee and Jaxson's new for them. Now, I tried a piece when I was up there in Alaska, but they haven't, okay? And so I'm gonna cut this into little smaller pieces here, and we're gonna sit here. We're gonna eat some muktuk, blubber and skin of a bowhead whale. So let me get this package open, cut some little slivers off here, and let Brynlee and Jaxson try this. It's gonna be kind of interesting. And stay tuned. Let me gather my knife and stuff here, and I'll cut off these slices of this meat. Now, what I've got here is a slice of this bowhead whale. I'm gonna cut it in little strips because Brynlee, for one reason, Brynlee for sure doesn't want to eat a very big piece of this because she's a little uncertain about it. So I'm gonna give her a really small piece of this muktuk. Now, even though it's a small piece right here, this black part of this is still kind of tough to chew, but you can chew it. It's just tough to chew. So let's give Brynlee a piece right here and let her try muktuk, whale skin and blubber go. Now this folks that we're eating here is raw. Okay, this is raw whale meat, and they eat it raw. They eat it boiled, and I'm not sure any other way they make it. That's the main two ways they eat this muktuk, is they boil it or they eat it raw, and it's very nutritious. Very nutritious. Has a lot of nutrition in it, a lot of vitamins and stuff. So it's really actually good for you if you get past the fact that it's whale meat and that it's raw. Whale meat is legal for me to have. Okay, it's not legal for me to harvest, but it's legal for me to have. And so they could give you all kinds of whale meat, but you can't harvest it at all. Did you eat it? And what'd you think?
Like, it was fine. I just don't like the texture.
Kind of hard to eat, isn't it? Mm-hmm. That's the way it is what I was saying. So she said it was fine. That's kind of interesting because she didn't think it would even be fine, did you, Brynlee?
No.
Now I'm going to cut Jaxson a slice off here. Let me see that. I got Jaxson a piece of this bowhead whale right here. That little piece, and he ain't afraid to try it. He's a little apprehensive, but Jaxson, he's about half crazy.
Mm-hmm. About.
Now, in eating it, Jaxson, can you taste the fish? Do you taste it? Taste a little bit like a fish? Mm-hmm. It's about what I was telling you earlier, that you could eat it, especially if you lived in Alaska and this is what your family ate and this is what you harvested. You could see people eating that, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could. Tastes a little bit like mushrooms.
A raw mushroom?
Like, probably, I don't know. But I like it. I think it's pretty good.
Bowhead whale.
Yeah.
All right. One more experiment with Jaxson. Now, I've got to excuse Brynlee. She's got ball practice. So, Brynlee, you can go on. You did a good job. Okay? You did a good job. And give me your final thoughts on bowhead whale.
It was fine, but I didn't really like it because of the texture. That's all.
But the flavor didn't make you freaked out or nothing like that?
No, but it wasn't really that good.
So you didn't want another piece taken home with you?
No.
Well, then I guess I won't send you home with some muktuk. All right? Now, I just gave Jaxson a pretty good sized piece. It was about a half of one of these right here. He just now started chewing on it. So I'm gonna see how long it takes him to chew that piece right there. And he's just gonna chew. I'm gonna turn the camera off. I'm not gonna sit here and watch him chew it. And I'm gonna come back and let you know how long it took him. All right, he done. He just now swallowed it. It took exactly about 5 minutes to chew that. And he just chewed and chewed and chewed and chewed. That's the way it works. So, bowhead whale meat. Tough as nails on that skin. It's tough.
Definitely.
I got me a little piece of muktuk right here. Muktuk. M-U-K-N-U-K. M-U-K-T-U-K. Muktuk. And that just simply means blubber and skin. Now, I ate a piece of this when I was up in Alaska. Well, a lot of the natives up there, what they'll do, they'll take a bigger piece like this right here, and they'll just chew on it for, maybe pop a big old piece of that in their mouth and chew on it for a half a day. And you can do that because the skin is so rubbery. They just chew on it just like they was chewing gum or something. And then chewing on it, they get all that nutrition out of it, so it'd actually be good for them. I cut these into small enough pieces that wasn't really going to sit here and chew on it all day, because now if I put that in my mouth, I will have to chew on this for a long time to get that chewed up. I might chew on that for 15 minutes actually if I do that, but I'm not sure I want to do that. And it was just a lot of fun. We just had a great time up there in the great state of Alaska. And I'm going to keep some of this muktuk because my son wants to try some of it, and I have some other friends of mine that would probably like to give this a shot, only because it's not something that we're going to eat in the Ozarks very often, right? So we're going to bag some of this up and keep it handy. And my son, like I say, my son said he would like to try some of it. I don't know if I can get my wife to talk her into trying some of this or not. Probably not. But she might. I don't know. We'll see. So, well, there you go. Muktuk in the Ozarks, bowhead whale meat. directly from Alaska. I flew that home in my on a box that I had with a cooler. They sent me home with some salmon and stuff too. I put that in there too, frozen. Brought it home frozen, and I took it out of the freezer a while ago and let it thaw out. But there you go. I tell you what, folks, I appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Hit the like button if you wouldn't care. Make some comment about stuff you've eaten. Maybe some of you have tried whale meat out of Alaska. I think my brother said he's tried whale meat, but his was almost like dried whale meat, like almost a jerky type of stuff, is what he said. But if you tried it, let me know. I'm just curious how many out there have ever eaten whale meat. And appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button, like I say, and comment. So wherever you're at in this whole world, my friends, have a good morning, good day, good night. Because I can tell you this, another video's coming right around the corner.